Baltimore the package. Baltimore the package. Baltimore the package. Me my brothers playing it. Ball slick as pockets. That me on the plane. Life it gets so heavy. You just do you stand with. Can't be overstanding. Understand just how the man is. Baltimore the package. Baltimore podcast. We are here. Episode number 25. Episode number 25.
Oh, really?
Yes, we threw up 25 of them things on you. I'm here with a author that, how many books do you have?
16.
16?
Yeah.
What? I thought she had 6. We are here with a well-esteemed author of 16 titles. Chinyere?
Yeah.
Udeh?
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! I got it right. I was like, I know I'm going to get her name wrong, but all right. Chinyere.
Yeah.
Chinyere.
Yeah.
Udeh.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Martha Udeh, actually.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Hey, you look good. Look fabulous.
I try.
Could you tell us about yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm, like he said, an author, 16 books. I'm CEO of a publishing firm. Just in case if you guys want to publish your books. You're a CEO of a publishing firm, has been in the publishing business for 5, an author for almost 8 years. And keep going, a globally recognized author. And basically, that's just what it is.
Nah, I definitely get it. How long you been writing for?
Almost 8 years now.
Jeez. How old are you if you don't mind me asking?
Just on 37 June the 20th.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, that's phenomenal.
I love to write. I love to engage my brain.
16 books before you hit 40. Like, that's a feat.
My target is to get to 30 if need be before then, which is like 3-4 years from now.
I know you're going to hit that. You're most definitely going to hit that. All right, so let us dive into this book a little bit. Could you tell us more about the book, Corporate Corruption and Unspoken Rules?
Sure. The book just mainly capturing. Yeah, this is the book. Yeah.
That's it.
So the book is mainly capturing a life of Chinyere, Udeh, a Nigerian American, in her journey to corporate American workforce, the obstacles she encountered, the discrimination, racism, all the 9 yards. And the book is also highlighting how the systemic racism has affected everyone in the workforce. So basically, that's just what the book is talking about, and hopefully in the future, envisioning African-born Americans and American-born Americans working together in corporate America to support the mission and the vision of the whole thing. Do you see that happening?
Yes.
I just hope so, though.
Well, I guess it's like, I don't really know how, one would be treated differently, being from Africa, like an African native. Like,
Yeah.
Could you tell me some ways, like, you think it would be different?
Oh, sure. Like, stereotyping, at least in high school, I got called African booty scratcher a lot.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, that give you tough skin. It give you thick skin, though.
Exactly. So I was called it a lot. At least from the book perspective, I wrote the book for the young lady. So I'm just helping her marketing. So inside the book, she experienced the Americans at work were surprised that her toenails were all accounted for. And
out of her toenails?
Yeah, that's a typical example, and they were surprised that her hygienic was up to date.
Mm-hmm.
and she got deodorant on. So yeah, so basically that's just what the whole thing was all about.
Okay, all right. So yeah, she was just checking off, the not stereotypes, cause you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I guess like one of the stereotypes is like they don't have all their toenails.
But baby, don't even ask me. But I'm just here writing the book. But I feel like in 2026, we all should have been equipped much more better, knowing the accessibility to internet, to research what a person in the continent of Africa look like in 2026.
That's real. That's real. I'm saying it's progress. I've actually looked at a lot of that content. Like people, they'll go to Africa. I remember it was one of the poorest slums. It was this white guy, and like the people's hospitality though was there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like some crime. Yeah, it was like some crazy things. That but like you could just tell it was like still good people there that just wanted to show him a good time.
Exactly.
Well, actually, do you think you could read some of the pages for us so viewers will know what they buying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the part that they wanted her toenails in her play. But it's very disturbing. When I was writing this book, I was like, wow, a human actually went through this and didn't quit their job the same day. I know Mel would have been quit the job. So,
what was her job, if you don't mind me asking, or is that a secret?
It's not a secret. It's just one of those bougie jobs. Even on bougie jobs, stuff happens, but okay. I'm like, God, and your toenails, and immediately she said it. I started looking at her toenails.
Okay, you can turn it on, turn it up. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, Anyway, reading to the chapter, the page is 15, guys. Please buy the book. The book is funny, but because it didn't happen to us, that's why we're just taking a crack out of it. But I'm pretty sure if it does happen to us,
Yeah.
But so the chapter is the page is 15, and she started with chapter. I think it's chapter 2 or chapter. Oh, she is chapter 1. Yeah, still chapter 1. So it goes this way. This is at the bottom end. Without allowing too bad experience to change her entire perception of the overall outcome of her life and career choice, she began planning on how to advance herself and become more marketable in corporate workforce. The idea of obtaining her master's degree came into mind, but she was unsure of which university to attend that could leverage her in the job market. One day, she went to her mentor's house, Antonio Hilton, to seek counsel regarding the pushback she was facing on her road to a corporate workforce and her desire to obtain a master's degree to advance herself. While she and Antonio were talking about it, Antonio's mother, Mrs. Rosemary, overheard the conversation and invited herself into the conversation by asking her daughter, Miss Rosemary Hilton, "Come on now, Antonio Hilton. Why are you not telling this young lady the truth?" Antonio Hilton, "What truth?" Miss Rosemary Hilton, that it might be hard for her to get a job with her degree and career part. You know that this young lady left her community and came to our community to make our community her community, to get a better advice on how to survive in a system that was never designed for someone that looks like her. If she might return to school for her master's degree, then she must leave all the universities here in Maryland and go be with them white folks. She needs to go to a white folks university somewhere in West Virginia, South Carolina, Yes University, etc., so the school can help carry her along the career path she is so passionate about. Most folks around here get ahead by joining the military. Would your folks allow you to join the military to get ahead in life? Chama Udemy, no ma'am, but I would have loved to serve. Rosemary Hilton. I thought as such. Well, you have two options: either go into the military or attend a white folks university for them to carry. Antonio, did you see any other option for her? Antonio Hilton, no, not at all. Chalmer, I know that you do not want to hear this, but mommy is right. What would you like to do? Just think about it, do your research, and let me know. Chama Udemy. Thanks, Miss Rosemary. I know that going into the military is something that I would love to serve and protect, but I would not count on my dad agreeing to that. Rosemary Hilton, I wouldn't blame him. Antonio Hilton, Mom. Rosemary Hilton, do not mummy me. Tell the young lady the truth about what she is up against in the real world, looking like us and going for that kind of career path. Antonio Hilton, please pay my mother no mind. Discuss it with your dad and let me know if you would be heading to the military or attending one of the universities outside Maryland as mommy suggested. Charmer Udemy, I will, but I do not understand why things should be this way. It shouldn't be. Rosemary Hilton, baby girl, welcome to Black folks' life. This is how it has always been for us and might continue to be. Chama Udemy, not for much, not for much longer, Mrs. Rosemary. Things would change when I become a U.S. Congresswoman. Miss Rosemary Hilton, that's so thoughtful of you, my dear. I hope to be alive to witness that day, just like I was alive to see our first black president. Which district would you be representing? Chama Udemy, the 7th Congressional District of Maryland. Miss Rosemary Hilton, my good Lord, bless your heart. You are such a kind soul. Shame on whomever would try to steal your light or joy. I will surely look forward to the day having to the day having our first Nigerian American Congresswoman. Chame Udemy. Thanks, Miss Rosemary. Very soon we will turn history around and match together to victory, just like during the days of Martin Luther King Jr. Miss Rosemary Hilton, baby girl, I look forward to those good days ahead. You are a young lady with big dreams. If you say it a little longer and louder, it might come true. But you must take it one day at a time. First, Antonio will try to get you into that white folks school, and I know that you are going to be all right because you have that fire burning inside of you. That fire is just waiting for an opportunity.
So when you was writing this, was it a lot of like things you feel like you personally could reference or relate to this main character? Because it seems like these are some of the things you've experienced.
Yes, but the summary is about the book. Like I'm about to end it. So is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The opportunity you are asking for. Then after that, your mentor must teach you about the obstacles people that look like you and I face every day. We work 10 times harder than anyone else, but end up with less than everyone else. Our black men are being used by the system as example and scapegoats. Those men are even afraid to speak their minds, and God forbid they fight back without getting shot and killed like wild animals. Antonio Hilton. Mother Rosemary Hilton. Stop beating her head with Rosemary Hilton. With what? Why are you not finishing your statement if you know that what I am saying isn't the truth? Antonio Hilton. Chalmers' experience will be different from ours. She is a very sweet and respectful young lady, and doors of opportunities will open for her when the time comes. Rosemary Hilton. Being respectful and sweet can only take her so far. She need to educate her. You need to educate her on what she will be up against. I have said my piece, and I am leaving both of you to continue with your kumbaya section. And yes. Yeah. So to answer the questions, it is a relatable stuff. The book, maybe I didn't quite mention it. The book is very relatable in every aspect of anybody's life. Depending on how you want to understand the book and the relatability of it. So I could relate to some of this as well, and I'm pretty sure that everyone and anyone could, unless somebody's lying.
Hey, no, we honest over here. We keep it 100%.
Yeah.
150.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie. I want to go off course a little off roading a little bit.
Okay, sure, no
All
problem.
right, so what's a lesson life taught you that no book ever could?
That since I am still, it is still an ongoing journey and learning in life. But one thing that I have get to understand is it's not about what you know. It's all about who you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's a little bit of both, but definitely who you know is very important.
Yes.
What's a decision you made that completely changed the direction of your life?
I would say going into law enforcement after modeling.
Really? that that is a feat in itself. So you were a law enforcement officer?
Oh yeah. I just jumped from modeling, plot size modeling to law enforcement.
How did you or what made you want to get out of modeling?
It was actually my dad. Um my dad. Hey dad. Yeah, we came where I came from a very strict background. Modeling is not seen as serious. They, they're not seeing it as life material or anyone taking you serious. So,
So they didn't really like how it looked.
yeah, to
I'm saying,
the
was it paying your bills though? See,
absolutely.
that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah,
what? Well,
absolutely.
was it your passion?
It was.
You should get back into it. You ain't gotta do it as your main. You know what I'm saying? If you was a model and the author, I would definitely watch the modeling stuff. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh
For
Lord,
real.
yeah, thanks. But that was the biggest decision that I had ever made. You know, change the trajectory of everything.
Honestly, and I'm like I think that's very honorable because a lot of people, when they are getting that money, they're like, I don't give a what my family think of me. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But it shows that you actually, have a good relationship with your family or you care about your family.
yeah, and also at least maybe now, back in the days when I was modeling, that's when plus sizing was coming into the fashion planet. Before it was just skinny Victoria's Secret models that was everywhere. But I looked past my early 20s in college. Like, what would my 30-year-old self still be in modeling, competing with 20s? And it's not like body wise they can beat me, but just
I know that's right, yeah.
just a reflection of it. But now they have elderly people modeling too. That if those were available during my modeling career days, I would have said let me stick a little bit, but that wasn't there. At least I wasn't aware of it. So I said, let me just get out when I can and just do all the things in life.
Man.
I
Yeah.
know.
So how long would you a cop for?
I was in a cop, but I worked as a correctional officer.
Correctional.
Yes.
Oh, so you was in a prison or
Oh
jail?
yeah, absolutely.
Prison.
I started from minimum release,
Oh
pre-release,
my
and
God.
I went up to the supermax U.S. Marshal Jail and prison and detention facility before exiting out to go do other law enforcement and criminal justice related career,
Man.
like forensic,
I'm
crime
saying that's
scene.
amazing. That's amazing. It
Yeah,
is.
thank you.
Um, what made you get out of law enforcement?
Oh,
Or
I am still there,
oh, well,
but still writing. Writing is like my passion. When I see some stuff in inside the system, I'm like, like this current book that I'm writing. What is that name? Married to a cop. You know.
I heard about that.
Oh
And
yeah.
you're not married to a cop.
No.
She's not married to a cop.
So married to a cop.
Mm.
So I'm currently writing it. It's just the obstacles that men and women that are married to uniform person face every day. The uncertainties of what could be, would my partner be able to make it back home and all that stuff. So the book is just putting all the pieces together. So that's what I'm actively working on.
Man,
Yeah.
16 titles though. That's
Yeah.
a that.
And it Walk for Justice, Guilty or Not Guilty, When the Law Goes to Sleep, Mystery of a Stolen Virginity. Should I be
Yeah, three. Can you name
um,
all 16?
okay, I can try.
All right, let's go.
Um, corruption in the corruption in the Division of Corrections. That was my first debut, part 1 to 5.
Oh, this is a 5-part series.
No, this is a totally different one. This
Oh,
is corporate corruption. So that is 5 book volumes. Then we're looking at Guilty or Not Guilty, When the Law Goes to Sleep, The Last Call from Heaven, The Mystery of the Stolen Virginity, um, A Walk for Justice, Series 1 and 2, The Untold Twin Secret.
shit, the untold what?
Untold Twin Secret.
Twin stick.
Twins, a twin,
Mm.
and a secret. So the book Untold Twin Secret is covering a life of a twin, Genevieve and the brother. So Genevieve was separated from the dad. The dad took the guy, and the mom took Genevieve, and the identity of each other was not made known to each other until the brother, whom happened to be all the way in Nigeria, needed a blood transfusion, and the only is the biological mother. And this dude, for 21 years, grew up apart, didn't even know that he was born in America and brought to Nigeria when the biological mother had problem with each other. And when they were born, the doctor told them if they ever get a divorce, the mother needs to go with the boy and the father needs to go with the girl because of their blood match. But because of the overly emphasis of having a male child in the African community, the father took the boy going against the medical. So fast forward 21 years later, when the boy needed a blood and he couldn't, the hospital couldn't, now he was pushed to contact the wife, the ex-wife here, and saying that your son needs a blood. And that was how Genevieve got to find out that he has a twin brother that has been raised different in the different world. So, at the end of the day,
All right, don't tell us too much. Don't tell us too much.
yeah, so that is just how
Only
the
because I
whole
don't want you to spoil it for you know what I'm
it's
saying.
okay. But
Uh,
it's a lot of adult scene there too if you guys are watching. So if you're not into adult stuff, please stay
oh,
away
oh,
from the book.
it's adult content.
There is a lot of inside. How the hell did they make the baby then?
Nice. Honestly, that's a
you know,
good thing to know because
just in case.
I feel like I would be more encouraged, to read it more or read other titles if I knew, that.
Oh, okay, okay. Some people stay away from stuff like that. So I always want to give a disclaimer that such and such and such is inside that book.
All right, so what's a failure you're grateful for today?
um, I would say um pursuing becoming a CEO despite all the obstacles surrounding publications and book tours and everything. Is a lot of scammers out here than the original publishing house owners, which I have been a victim of, took my money like 10 grand, saying that, yeah, they're gonna brand me as an author. They didn't even do nothing, not a photo shoot, nothing.
Did
And
you did you like did your law enforcement background help you in any type way?
yeah, I was able to trace them, but initially the person that took the money was working for the company at that time, but left. Companies doesn't want to take responsibility of anything, so they disclaimed it. But that taught me a lesson to actually um, start my own publishing firm. And another experience or failure that I did had was my 4 books it was selling massively, but the publishing firm that I published under was not fully giving me my money.
What you mean, like from your earning, like?
Yes, the royalties, they were not giving the royalties. So I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to go open my own publishing firm, make all the mistakes, get all the money, and just keep it going.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
So you started your own.
absolutely. And I have been in business for 5 years now.
What what's the name of it?
All Martha's Writers LLC.
Okay, and like, do you publish other art or authors under it or?
Absolutely. And I also advocate for people like we do other things like I do ghost writing because I know people have stories but don't have time. So I do ghost writing services for them as well and marketing and every other 9 yards just to bring them into the forefront of being an author and getting money through royalty, hopefully.
What role does faith play in your life?
Um, Everything. I was born and raised Catholic. Picture that.
Hey, Catholic gang.
Yeah, I was born and raised Catholic, so picture that. And doing my middle school and sub high school in Nigeria, I attended or missionary school. We pray every hour. So you gotta know
Wow.
Jesus. So
I thought you was
yeah.
gonna say every day, every hour.
No, every
Sheesh.
hour.
Man. Y'all faith was strong.
Amen. Yeah.
What do you think is something society celebrates that you think is overrated?
Um, I say relationship.
Relationships? I, I'd have to agree with you on that.
You know, it like if you don't have it, it looks like something wrong with you, but in reality, it's not. People are so willing to go with anything.
Mm, mm.
Don't get me started. People are willing to just go with anything. So for the sake of, you know, anything goes. And things and basically, yeah.
I agree with you. That you explained it very well. If you could sit down with your 18-year-old self, what would you apologize for?
I would say not being allowed to express myself and what direction that I want to head in life.
You said
Not being allowed to.
to
I would have advised them to still speak in as much as people out there, but nobody was listening. But still just talk your shit.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest risk you've ever taken?
I would say going into the law enforcement and criminal justice rather than going into the ideal career path that was made for me, cushioned for me to go into. I just walked right past it. Yeah, I have a little rebelliousness in me.
I love it.
Just walk past it. It wasn't there.
All right, so I got easy. Well, what do you think is more important, talent or discipline?
I said both. But in corporate American workforce, those things cannot get you nowhere. Did y'all hear me? You a pretty face is the only thing gonna get you to a second point. Um
Hey,
but both because you need the talent to showcase the discipline and you need the discipline in order for you to uphold the talent. So both of them to me goes hand in hand.
good answer. Good answer. How do you handle criticism when it comes to coming from someone else?
Depending on who it's coming from, what direction, what motive, what biasness is underneath of the criticism. So what I do is I filter what I believe is more of projection of their own failure or fear than abstract the one that applies to me and just overall just tell them thanks, for the feedback.
That very good process. Very good process. I try to do the same thing myself.
Oh,
Not just completely reject it, but take the parts that I could
applies to you.
apply. Yeah,
Exactly.
but also like you said, pay attention because people project their own.
Exactly. Exactly. They do a lot.
How do you define personal freedom?
I say this that I'm doing is personal freedom, ability for you to just wander around and do whatever that comes in your mind and heart. Um, that is including engaging in any unlawful activity. Let me say it out loud. That is freedom. Waking up, just do what your heart say do. Living in your own truth and reflecting every day about your actions.
hmm Reflective. Wow. Yeah, it's very important to be reflective.
Mm.
Like you'll be surprised how many people. it's hard for them to be reflective.
If a reflective look like a human, most of these people out here do not
They vampires.
have it.
It's
Good
crazy.
lord.
Yeah, right.
Like, how the
Um,
hell did you get here?
what do you think is something you wish more parents understood?
It's not how fast you are to give birth or how old you are when you gave birth or finish giving birth. That's number one. Number two is I had this discussion with one of my colleagues at work. I said I took Johnny to one of the notorious um, hood project somewhere in Cherry Hill place. It is. And I saw what a decision of I love him looks like, you know, the reflection of the generational disparity and poverty that I saw, echoed to me the level of accountabilities women should have because I believe they are the carriers of life, and don't just go because you love them. What about your offspring? You bringing a kid to this world into poverty and disparity. So my thing is, know who you open your leg. Love is not enough to bring a kid here with no proper foundation or financial uh, backbone or even a plan uh, for anything.
Mm.
So that would be my advice. I'm not a mom, but I am an auntie. And also know that whoever you have a kid with can destroy or make the trajectory of your life.
Wow. Yeah. Man, that's true. Like I'm saying, it can affect it. It can affect it.
It will affect it
But
even up until 21 years old of that kid. The whole planet, your whole life is messed up because the resentment coming from that kid
mm,
because of what they have been fed about you or the person. You could fake that you don't care all day long, but at night, your heart, your soul, your conscience will be hurting. What could you have done right?
mm. See, all right,
I
or I
know.
was a young father.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. See?
Yeah, I'm an old man now.
How old?
33.
No way.
Yeah, say no, I ain't that old. But um, yeah, like being a young father, it was tough, and you do see that in your daughter. Like it is, a little bit of resentment there, and I definitely wish I was able to just do things a little more differently to a point where I would be in her like, or just
Yeah, I
around a
know.
lot more. She's like,
Exactly.
you know, because right now she lives with her mom. She's in
Hmm.
Hagerstown,
Wow, that's
so
a long drive.
it is, but I don't know.
It's okay.
Yeah, um, it's tough being a young father, man.
I know.
And I don't want anybody out there to think, just because you had a kid young, your life is destroyed. Like for real, because you could use your children as like motivation. Like, like it's some of the biggest motivators. Like when I had my daughter, it definitely changed my view of the world.
Uh-huh.
Like I looked at the world completely different after. It's like you look at it with more compassion. You have
That
more
is true.
empathy for other people. Um,
That is true. And
it's
I think I had that discussion again with one of my colleagues there. Gave birth. He's like 26 or 27 now. But, I'm like, interesting. Tell me more about this. How did you cope? How are you coping with it? Um, it's here that it comes with its perks. But good thing that he is with the high school sweetheart whom they, love each other, live together, raising the kid. And he was like, my life would have been a little bit different if my kid's mom was a little bit difficult to deal with. So
Yeah, that too. Like I'm saying, me personally, I was kind of lucky. Like my daughter's mom, she's pretty cool, but I've seen it. I've seen exactly what you're talking
yeah.
about, Lawyer. The daughter's mom is just off the chains. Like
And I'm like, how the hell didn't they see that part? I always ask that for the man. I'm not judging anyone, but I'm like, you didn't see that? Like, what were you looking? Especially like my male counterparts. I'm like, they will be yapping, yapping, yapping. I'm like, hold on. When you looking at their nyash without looking at their personality, is that what happened here? So not judging, but some main decision have to be made when picking anybody to be entertained because anybody could be something.
yeah,
Yeah.
be the serial killer.
They say the crazy ones are always the fun one. I say exactly. Now go reap the fruit of your labor.
Right, real talk.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most valuable thing money cannot buy?
Shit, you have money to give me. I'll show you all it can.
Hey, you got the money. You talking about 10 racks to the like damn.
I would say bringing a dead person back to life. Any other thing money can buy it, but bringing a dead person or curing an incurable disease, you can manage it with your money, maintain it with your money, but you will not be able to cure it, and things like that. So those are the things that money can buy.
Yeah, you're right. Health, good health, and
But it
life.
can buy peace of mind.
That's true. That's true. That is true. Do you think people are afraid of success or afraid of responsibility?
um, it's only the weak ones that are afraid of success. And so for the responsibility part, the major responsibility comes when you are not successful.
Mm.
So picking your poison is very important at this point.
What's a belief that helped you through a difficult time?
There is always a better day ahead.
Mhm.
Just remembering the good days that I had before the table turned gives me gives me the motivation. Like, yeah, better days is still. What?
You're doing good, doing
Yeah,
good.
yeah, better days is still coming.
How do you? Okay, hold on. Okay, so how do you stay motivated when results aren't showing up yet?
It's more like self determination. If like I was determined to go write this book for my friend because it's an insult to say that somebody toenail. So is the resentment of failing or just proving a point, get me to persevere in anything.
Hmm.
I do what they say I can do, and that is the whole motto. Um, when it comes to everything, I know.
Hey, this is very politically media trained. And that was pretty. Yeah, I can tell you got experience. This is not your first interview here.
No, no, I have been literally. I mean, I'm globally touring. I'm being globally touring.
Yes, let's go.
You know,
Um. Okay. What does a meaningful life look like to you?
a lot of money, a lot of vacation, not going to 9 to 5 job. Just waking up doing whatever I want to do when I want to do it. Maybe have kid, a husband that don't cheat, a dog that I wouldn't be there because dogs don't like me. I don't like dogs. So, but just American dream.
All of these that yes, attainable.
Yeah.
They're very attainable things.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. What does self respect mean to you?
Um, it's more like from the inside, it reflects outside. Self-respect is built from the inside. The majority of people on this earth, their self-respect is built from the outside and is easily being bruised. So self-respect is built from the inside and it reflects outside and doing the right thing even when no one is looking and when it's not beneficial to us or me. And also just in general, when I say I'm gonna do this, I try to do it so people will know my words, my actions has weight and has meaning. That's another thing.
You're a good person.
I try.
You're a good person. Like for hearing that, you value your word. You're a woman of your word. Man, there's so many people who aren't, true to their word. And
I
I
know.
just know that's one of my favorite traits in a person. Someone that is, because you could trust them more.
Exactly. It's very trustable, in as much as you might not predict them, but just knowing that when they say, just like when we were talking on Instagram, I said, I'm going to be here, you just said, oh, yeah, just it's minor little things that actually define who a person is and the self-respect. And also self-respect is more like how other people also view your integrity, honesty, transparency, loyalty, and everything. But people also base self-respect on proving a point and putting on a mask that society is seeing rather than who they actually
Oh yeah. Stay with the man, shorty. I'll take it off for a podcast for a dolo pub, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for real. I don't know. Do you feel like it's like an alter ego with your author? Like being an author at all?
To be honest, um, when I am going into law enforcement, when I'm going back to work, like on Thursday,
So like she reached out to you?
okay, Summer, Udemy, um, and I came to America almost the same time. Our parents, yeah, anyway. So we came together. We went to the same high school together. When it was time to go off to college, they wanted us to go into medical. Chalma wanted to go into medical. That was when I was telling you they laid the plan for me to go into. I just walked right past it. And as I was walking right past it, I took Chalma with me. And, and she followed me. So when what happened to her happened, I felt like I am responsible because I was the person that brought her into this field, you know. So I ghostwrote it for her, marketing it for her, and everything just to say I still got you because I brought you here. And she is not the kind of a person that want to express herself. She's more like, let me be quiet, hopefully peace could reign, or let me be much more nicer. Maybe they will learn from me and start being nice to me. I said, baby, this is America. This American people, most of them are not like that. So, like, so yeah, I took the lead on it. So that's why.
That's beautiful. Like like so you guys are friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But she paid me good for that.
Oh, for real?
Oh, absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely. You know. And the book, by the way, has been receiving a lot of attacks by the people inside this book online. They just go on Amazon and just put false ratings and comment on it so that people wouldn't buy the book.
Uh,
Yeah. It's a hot mess there on Amazon when it comes. And they started attacking my other books. Like, bro. you know, and I
haters.
and I told them I am not Chuma. I'ma find and write call you people's actual names. I'm not Chuma.
Hey, that
Don't,
mean you know if you got haters, you're doing
yeah,
something right.
exactly. I said, don't come for my business, my brand, or nothing. They just paid me to do this job.
What has been your greatest source of strength during adversity?
Like I told you before, when people say that I can't do it, I tell them that I can and I will, and I show them. I always say, I will show you faster than I can tell you, and I do all the time.
What type of legacy do you want to build like in the next 10, 15 years?
A congresswoman. I am shooting in that direction. Um, I envisioned coming out in 2028 today to be a congresswoman for the 7th Congressional District. And I'm also building my digital imprint to align with it. That when the time comes, people would understand that I have been fighting for this without a position or a power, and putting me in a power will help facilitate it even more.
Mm. Like, where where did you get that aspiration, like to be a congresswoman?
Uh, I was raised in Baltimore City. A lot has been done to me. And everybody just turned a blind eyes.
Really?
Yes. And a lot has been done to a lot of people
Mhm.
that nobody asked, no, thank you, that nobody asked for or asked about, you know. I want to be that big sister that would go ask about a nobody, and once they hear that this person is coming from a 7th congressional district where I am, they will know how to treat that person because I am coming to ask questions about that unknown person because nobody never came out to ask questions about me. So I want to be one of the people that will ask, they're like, oh my God, how did she know a congresswoman? So
So
that
you
has
want to be like boots on the ground?
absolutely, that will be the kind of congresswoman that I aspire to be. If I have to come knock at your office door about somebody that you think is nobody and nobody will ask or question about, I will knock at their door. Because if I believe, I know that I would in the future have a lot of work or whatever. But if you do that 3, 4, 7 times and the word gets around that you see folks from 7th Congressional District and play with them because their congresswoman will be coming to knock at your office door.
Mm,
It's gonna reshape how people from my district will be treated outside there.
I like that. Hey, you got my vote
Thank you.
already. Like, you're trustworthy. That's the biggest
Thank you.
thing with politicians. It's like I feel like we can't trust them.
Be-
But
you just most go in based on how it just people upbringings are different. People's level of integrity, morals are different. And I do know that as a career politician, compromising comes as a second nature. But I am not a career politician. I am a person that has been through the worst of the worst and nobody asks about me. You know?
Yeah,
So
I
it
actually
is
do.
different. It is a different breed of a politician. I have never held any political seat, but I am shooting for that Congress because
I,
what they're gonna hire me or they're gonna elect me or not, but I'm still coming out in 10, 5, 7, 8 years. I'm still coming. Vote or no vote, but I will still do it as a duty to come out and see what would happen.
like I'm saying, that's good. Like better than me right now. Cause like 10, 15 years, I'm not sure yet completely, but you know, um, let's see.
Shit, you can start with going to military.
Hold up. Like, what's the cutoff age for the military?
At this point, they're taking anybody, including my grandmother, my grandfather, my great grandparents.
Oh man, I ain't know that. I don't know. I ain't really trying, die in no war
No, not at all. Not
though.
at all.
Um. All right, so like earlier this week, I was talking to a CEO of a mental health company.
Okay.
How do you feel about mental health? Do you think that like it's something important? Do you invest in it yourself?
To be honest, yes, and also mental health has been overly used throughout the course of the years, and I will
Please. I'm like, how so?
people could be very lazy, entitled, have a big dream, but less willing to pursue it, and they target mental health. So, but in that is an overuse of that word. But are there serious humans that need serious help that are suffering legitimately from it? Yes, there is. Are there people that are being misdiagnosed of this just for people to get money or to get insurance money? It is. So I normally say that you know how when you go into an auto repair shop, not the bougie one, just like a regular one, you know how they dress, the oil, their clothing are all stained? It is hard for me now to identify a mental person that dressed like that from an
he's, he's almost losing me. I'm still on board. You didn't lose me yet. Go ahead.
But you see, they dress the same. But at the end of the day, the auto guy cleans up, but the other one does not. But
Yeah.
if you meet both of them, you would not know what is what. That is what happened when it comes to mental health of Tuesday. But do I invest? Absolutely. And another thing is when I was a substitute teacher for Baltimore County, I
Oh, you was
taught,
a substitute teacher.
yeah, I
Oh
did.
my goodness.
Yeah, I studied and I gave, I was gifted kids. I was substituting for gifted kids, teaching them. So, giftedness is, if not being properly noticed and known, people could mistake giftedness as mental illness because of the neurons that are working, you know. So again, it is hard to differentiate a gifted person from someone being lazy from someone actually having a mental illness in our today's society. Because laziness, mental illness, and giftedness, they all look alike. You just gotta be here. You
I
know?
like how you tied that together. at the end. That was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
all
can
look
I can see
alike.
it. I can see it. So you said laziness, gifted, and mental health issues.
Oh, yeah,
All the same thing.
they all look alike.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's close enough.
So tell me how somebody could identify what is what.
Hey, yeah. It's like it's honestly it's about what you've accomplished through that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not
Exactly.
accomplishing anything, getting anything done, then I
Exactly.
think it's more so on the mental illness side. But if you're getting stuff done, you know,
But the giftedness, because
gifted.
I studied the giftedness and I wrote a book about giftedness also, aligning giftedness and crime. A lot of people do not understand there is a link between giftedness and crime. They only know mental illness and crime, but they go hand in hand. And the book was Guilty or Not Guilty. You know, when a mental illness person commits a crime, they put him in a mental institution. They're not sentencing him to a general pop. So my book is questioning what happens when a gifted person that is known to commit a crime as a result of their gift. Where are we putting these individuals? Because there are a lot of them in the prison now
Mm.
without even understanding, and there is no room in our system that addresses giftedness and crime. So, just diving into that,
I think
touching
if
my
you're
ex.
gifted in prison, they just throw you and like you know they throw you in the shoe. You know,
Exact. And
that's what they do.
the most amazing and smartest criminal serial killers that you have ever encountered, they are highly intelligent and gifted, but they did not know. So, in my brain, are we worrying about the mental illness, or are we worrying about our gifted individuals that could hopefully cope them into utilizing their gifts in a positive way and knowing that there is nothing wrong with them? They just naturally born for great.
So like, how much time did you spend in the like as a correctional officer?
I was there for almost 5 years.
5 years. That's so you've seen a lot.
Oh, absolutely. I have seen the greatest of the greatest, the dumbest of the dumbest, the medium of the medium. I've seen it all.
Do you think enough is being done to rehabilitate prisoners?
No, if I'm being honest, no. And everything triggers down to making the prison facility as a money making rather than rehabilitation.
So they set it up like essentially for somebody to come back.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And also, some of this um my inmates, or I call them my inmates, um for some reason it comes from inside also, because most times they tell me, Miss Udeh, I'm just a criminal, I'm just a nobody, I'm gonna fail anyway. I interject them to tell them you are a human being first before an inmate. An inmate is a title. You are a human, and I want you to act like a human when I'm running this pod, not as an inmate.
Oh, really?
So I always want to hold them accountable for their actions, because one of their excuses will be like, "Miss you, what you expect? I am an inmate." I said, "Mm-mm, your name is such and such and such. Inmate is a title. This is you, and I want you to be like this." But some people will be like, how inmates, so just sweep it on the end cognitively, because when they come in, their brain stop growing the moment they come inside the system. 40 years old man.
You said they brain stopped growing.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with that because I think all of the time that you have, it's definitely inmates that are utilizing that time. I was just watching something earlier today about like a prisoner, and he got like his bachelor's degree. He released like 5 books. Like
Which is good, but we are talking about percentages here. How many percentage of people are utilizing that their time incarcerated to do those things versus the ones that are not.
Yeah, you
So
right
the
about
ones that are not is higher, rather, which again to each to their own, but they will use it to be like studying female CEOs to know which one is much more easy target. Like, or studying them, knowing when they are. It
they
just
probably had your whole routine down.
exactly.
Yeah.
So again, to each to their own, and sometimes, depending on what state, what prison facility, what program they do have, would constitute how much you will get done while in prison, and how much willing you are willing to actually get up from your cell, dress up, and go to the place. Also, I
That-
know.
I'm saying 5 years of that, I commend you because yeah, that's not easy. And to still have a positive attitude, generally positive, you're uplifting prisoners. I think that's I think that says a lot about you,
Yeah.
your mental resilience. Um what's some ways you think would benefit the jail systems or the prison systems to rehabilitate people?
I would just say, from my experience, first, let's vent, investigate, weed out the corrupt leaders in leadership positions, then move to correctional officers and retrain them and equip them properly. For example, I worked in um, a state prison that houses U.S. Marshal inmates with state correctional officers. I was there. I'm a very mindful person. I went to the warden and I asked the warden, I would love to be here. However, I would love to be trained in a U.S. Marshal capacity to be able to take care of their inmates, because anytime I try to talk to these inmates, they're telling me that they are a martial inmates and different protocols, and we're using state protocol on a U.S. Marshal detainees. I said the math is not mathing for me.
All right. Yeah,
So,
Elijah.
I know it is sad. I could just, but at the end, she just want him to find peace and just to um, forgive those women, at least if not for anything, but for his own insanity. Because military days after military, and he's still projecting those feelings to any woman of color that reminds him of those women. It's a problematic stuff.
Man. Like sometimes I think of like what have I projected, you know, in
Your
the
ex on
past.
your current girlfriend.
Yeah, right. This trauma and stuff. Look, that's what I'm projecting. I got traumatized in my relationships. If you can't tell, that's where I have this mask on. Okay.
Another thing that I will highly recommend is, I know maybe this is, everybody has their their logo, their brand. Maybe this could be your brand, you know.
Oh, the mask?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this your
Like,
brand.
look, I'm friends with Chat GPT. I don't know
Mhm.
about you, but
I'm 37. Freaks Chat GPT. Let me use my common sense.
well, look, me and Chat GPT, we BFFs for real. So yeah, we talked about it, and yeah,
It's
this is the
definitely fine.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
each person has their own brand and uniqueness, um, which I don't. To somebody else that don't have open mind, they would, But I have my own brand identity, which is either long wig, short wig. You will never catch me with a braid online or even. So everyone has
A braid?
Yeah, like cornrows or
Oh.
when you were looking, did you see? You probably see one out of a million because that's like my brand image. Is to wear a wigs, rather than.
I didn't even know that was a wig.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not my hair.
Nah, I thought you. I ain't like.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Male minds don't.
I know.
Think like that.
Okay, so I understand each person's brand image and how they want to be. So it's just what it is.
I ain't gonna lie. Like we probably did like 4 or 5 questions on your thing. Then I just like swerved it all off road and completely did the rest of mine.
Yeah,
So,
which is good because I know the sensitivity of my like my brand. Some people brands are, jokes, lively, all that, but which I appreciate it, but we all cannot be joking, who gonna be serious to address serious issues?
yeah, you
Somebody got to.
It's a mix, you know what I'm saying?
Which is good, which I like.
And I think that's how it is with a lot of podcasts. You'll tell like it's not as stressful as I guess real TV. I don't know. All right, so let me just touch on some of these questions from your book since we got a little bit more time. If you have the opportunity to sit face to face with the agency leadership or company leadership, upper management, what would you tell me?
I would tell them, what I'm going to tell them. I would tell them that being mindful of whom they hire to put in a leadership position is very important, because it's not everyone that have the ability to lead others. They might be good at the job, but that doesn't mean they're good at leading. And when it comes to Chinyere experience, a person that has a track record of don't like black women and women in general has no business being in a leadership position with a direct control over women of African descent or African or women in general. So it just one of the things that I would say for them to reflect on when appointing a leader.
I agree. Yeah, we don't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a lot of positive things, and we don't have time for stereotypes. We don't have time for prejudices.
It's just insane.
Yeah, this stuff just stagnates. Everybody and everything positive going on.
Exactly.
So how is Chinyere Udeh? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Chinyere Udeh?
She's pretty much good now. Before she was shaked up. They never want to go back into the corporate world, but I told them that who's gonna pay your bills? Because at some point you have to dust yourself up and go back out there. You already know they're looking at your toenails to make that accounted for. So before you leave the house, just check it again. Yeah. So she's pretty much okay. She's back in the workforce.
So she's back. Okay.
Yeah, she's back.
So if Chinyere was to be seated face to face with Elijah Youngman, what would she say to him?
I would.
Who's Elijah Youngman?
Elijah Youngman was a Caucasian, one of the Caucasian leaders. It was one of the Caucasian leaders. So the summary of where is his So Elijah Young Man was a Caucasian leader whom discriminated, retaliated, abused his power, and intimidated Chama as a result of his encounter with black women. He dated black women during his military days, and those women used him to advance their career and became his supervisor. So upon seeing Chama, I guess whatever future
Elijah White Man.
So whatever future that those women possess that he saw on Chama, he took it out on her, believing that Chama will use her body to against men and advance her career in their office space.
God damn, Elijah. Elijah was yo. He's wild. He needs to be stopped.
So that was the thing. So Chama would like to tell him that she apologized on behalf of those black women that are disappointed him.
His girlfriends, his ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, in the military, that used him solely to get ahead in their career and became his supervisor. It hurts, but that doesn't mean that every woman of color is their agenda in corporate America is to use their body to get ahead in life.
Like, I'm just visualizing like how I'm gonna do an opening screen for your episode.
Okay, and if you want me to send in a picture, I prefer you to use it out. I don't mind.
Yeah, like that's completely fine. Like, if not, I was just gonna use like a screenshot from this.
Okay, sure, no problem.
But if you wanna send me a picture, send it to me.
And would you be able to use a picture of this to make a cover of my side? A background?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're saying, like, just put it next to you type thing, right?
Yeah, anything, yeah.
I got you. Let me snap a picture of that. But
before we do that,
picture.
Huh? I can send you a picture of it.
Is there anything, Chinyere? We just probably talked for like an hour. Chinyere, Baltimore podcast. How was it?
Great, fabulous. I would recommend you guys to stop by and support.
All right, so is there anything you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Absolutely. Like I always tell, those days that we turn a blind eyes has gone. These days, turning a blind eyes, looking the other way, playing along, not trying to rock the boat has gone, because that did not take us anywhere. So if you see something, you say something to save someone. We all have a story to tell. Just if you can't tell it, let all authors, writers help you tell your story the correct way before someone else tells it for you the wrong way, and you might not be there to defend yourself. The room that your enemies will be in discussing about you, you might not be there, but you have to make sure they have your own book that is telling your own side of the story. Until then, buy the book, read the book, and order the book everywhere and anywhere globally.
Yes. All Martha's Writers.
Exactly.
.com, is that right?
Yes.
Check it out, man. And go get you a copy of this. Buy this right now. Corporate corruption and the unspoken rules. Get familiar. Baltimore podcast, episode number 25. We're out of here. Peace.